Someone sends you a message. Your stomach drops. Your jaw tightens. Your fingers are already typing the response before you have finished reading the message. You send it. 2 hours later, you wish you had not. This happens at work. It happens in relationships. It happens in traffic. It happens in conversations with people you love where you say the thing that costs you more than the argument was worth. This is not a personality problem. This is not who you are. This is a training problem. Your mind has never been trained to create the gap between stimulus and response. And without that gap, you are not responding. You are reacting. And a reaction is just an emotion wearing the disguise of a decision. Epictetus, a former slave who was freer than every Roman senator above him, developed the exact practice to build that gap. It takes one practice every morning, 30 days. And by day 30, not on every occasion, but on most occasions, you will pause before you type. You will pause before you speak. You will choose rather than react. I am going to give you the exact practice right now. Your brain has a reaction system that is approximately 200 million years old. It was designed for predators. It was designed for immediate physical threats that required an instant physical response. Your amygdala, the emotional processing center, receives information and responds in 200 milliseconds. Your prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain that makes deliberate decisions, takes 600 milliseconds to engage. There is a 400 millisecond window in which your emotional brain has already decided before your thinking brain has even read the second paragraph. This is not weakness. This is biology. But here is what Epictetus understood before neuroscience could confirm it. Between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space is our power to choose our response. In our response lies our growth and our freedom. He could not name the amygdala. He did not need to. He knew the gap existed. He knew it could be trained, and he developed the exact practice to train it. The practice does not slow down your amygdala. Nothing does. The practice builds a habit that your prefrontal cortex can access in the 400 millisecond window before the reaction becomes a response. One habit, every morning, 30 days. The practice is called the morning stimulus drill. It was not called this by Epictetus, but it is what he was describing in the Enchiridion when he wrote, "Men are disturbed not by the things which happen, but by the opinions about the things." You are not reacting to the difficult email. You are reacting to your opinion of the difficult email, the opinion formed in 200 milliseconds. Here is the drill. Every morning, before the phone, 10 minutes. Week 1, the inventory. For the first 7 days, every morning, write down 3 things that triggered you yesterday. Not 3 catastrophes, 3 ordinary triggers. The colleague who interrupted you. The traffic that made you 5 minutes late. The tone in your partner's message that you interpreted as criticism. Write each one, then write one sentence. My reaction to this was blank. Be honest, nobody reads this. This week is not about changing anything. This week is about seeing the pattern. The triggers are not random, they have a shape. By day 7, you will see the shape. Week 2, the reframe. Same 3 triggers from yesterday, same writing, but now add one sentence. My opinion I formed about this was blank. Not what happened was, the opinion I formed about what happened was. The interruption was a fact. Your opinion, they do not respect me. That opinion, not a fact. That opinion, the thing you actually reacted to. The traffic was a fact. Your opinion, this is a disaster. The disaster was 5 minutes. The message was a fact. Your opinion, they are angry with me. their tone unknowable, your interpretation a choice. Seeing the opinion is not the same as eliminating it, but seeing it means you can no longer mistake it for the fact. Week 3. The pre-response. Every morning this week, write one thing that is likely to trigger you today. Specific, not general. The 10 o'clock meeting with that person. The message you are expecting that you are already dreading. The commute. Then write the response you would choose if you had already practiced the pause. Not the perfect response, the deliberate one. The one that is yours rather than your amygdala's. When the moment arrives today, you have already been here, not perfectly, once, in writing, before breakfast. That once is enough to make the pause available. Week 4. The integration. By week 4, the writing is shorter. Some mornings it is one line, the one trigger, the one opinion, the one deliberate response. But the gap has been trained, not perfectly, specifically, in the situations that actually trigger you, which are the only situations that matter. Here is where this lands in real situations. The work scenario. Your manager sends a message at 5 p.m. on a Friday. Can we discuss the project Monday morning? No context, no tone indicators. Before the practice, you spend the entire weekend catastrophizing about what the Monday conversation will be. You cannot enjoy Friday evening. You cannot sleep properly Saturday night. You arrive at the Monday meeting already defensive. After 30 days of the practice, the message arrives. The amygdala fires, familiar. Then, fact or opinion. Fact, meeting requested, Monday, no context. Opinion, this is bad news. You name the opinion. You release the opinion. You have a normal Friday evening. You arrive at the Monday meeting open rather than defended. The relationship scenario. Your partner says something in a tone you interpret as criticism. Before the practice, you respond immediately and defensively. The conversation escalates, you say something you regret. The original issue, which was minor, is now buried under the escalation. After 30 days, the tone arrives, the amygdala responds, then fact or opinion. Fact. They said this specific sentence. Opinion, they are criticizing me. You pause. You ask, did you mean this as criticism? They say, no, I was just tired. The conversation that would have escalated resolves in 30 seconds. The internal scenario. You make a mistake at work, something that is visible to others, something you are embarrassed about. Before the practice, your inner voice for the rest of the day. I am incompetent. They all saw. I always do this. The self-criticism reactive. The opinion more brutal than any external critic. After 30 days, the mistake happens. The inner critic fires, immediate, familiar. Then, fact or opinion. Fact. The mistake happened. Opinion, I am incompetent. The opinion, not a fact. The inner voice, still present, but no longer mistaken for truth. 30 days from now, if you do this practice every morning, you will not be perfect. You will still react sometimes. The amygdala does not retire. The 400 millisecond window does not become 4 seconds. But something specific will have changed. You will notice your reactions before they have finished happening. And the person who notices their reactions before they have finished happening is already different from the person who never noticed them at all. Epictetus spent his life enslaved to a master who could command his body. He spent those same years training the one thing his master could not command. The space between what happened to him and what he chose to do about it. He did not call it a 400 millisecond window. He called it freedom. That freedom is available to you. It costs 10 minutes every morning for 30 days. Start tomorrow. Subscribe, and on Friday, I'm giving you the warrior story of the person who trained this gap under the hardest circumstances available, Epictetus himself, the slave who became freer than his master without leaving the room.